Alright, what's happening everyone? Welcome back. Well, not welcome back. Welcome to the first episode of Chats with Corey and Kurtis. I'm Kurtis.
I'm Corey, how we doing?
Yeah, sweet man. So Chats with Corey and Kurtis is going to be a weekly podcast where we talk about topics which are relevant currently. So things such as the Royals visiting Australia at the moment. We've got some opinions on that topic.
Definitely.
And there's some other things that we speak about during the week. So maybe we should explain how we know each other.
Yeah. We work together.
Yeah.
We met probably like a year and a half ago, right? Cleaning windows. Probably not our favourite thing in the world, right?
No, but it's what we do. Yeah.
It's not bad. It's not that bad, but I'm more into doing stuff like this, to be honest.
Yeah. It's been something that I wanted to do for a long time, which is work for myself, make something for myself.
Definitely.
Instead of being
dependent on someone else and working for someone else. You always want to work for yourself. I think that's the goal in life, right? You want to work on yourself, for yourself, not work, 40 hours or X amount on someone else. Want to do our own thing and build it up.
Yeah. There's more potential in creating things yourself. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So just pretty much winging it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Pretty much winging it. That's how I play my life.
Yeah. So how you been, man? Had a good week?
Dude, yeah, I had a very good week, eh? I guess we worked. And then yesterday I helped my brother out doing a retaining wall. We got half of it done, probably a quarter of it done. It was raining, torrential rain, yesterday.
Yesterday was not a good day for it.
Yeah, in the morning. We had a excavator there, and then the excavator was meant to literally take the job. Like, we would have had it all done. But yeah, the rain, and then there was this big hill that we couldn't get down. Anyway, we tried for ages, but honestly, I was pretty fulfilled, man. I don't do that sort of work ever.
Landscaping kind of work, no.
Never do that. I felt like an old man, doing in his backyard, just doing the gardening and stuff like that. Yeah, but it was really fun. It was really fun to put up. We really put up the posts and mixing cement. I never mixed cement. I felt like a man's
sweet.
man.
Sweet. Yeah. Good,
A
man.
manly man. Yeah.
Well,
but no, that was me. And then honestly played a hell of a lot of Mario Party last night with my girlfriend.
Sweet.
Yeah. What about you? How's your week?
Yeah, not too bad really. Had a full work week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 5 days of work. I'm actually trying to save to go to Norway at the end of the year.
Hell yeah. Yep.
So
Tell me about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So my brother's getting married actually, and I think he may be listening now, which is pretty sweet.
What's his name?
Welcome, Nick. Nick is my brother.
Nick.
So,
What's up, Nick?
welcome
Hopefully.
to the show. Yeah. I hope this is entertaining. Please type in the chat if the sound's wrong or something like that. If we can improve, just let us know. Yeah. He's getting married and have to head overseas to Scandinavia.
That's awesome. Congrats, by the way.
Sweet. Yeah, it's going to be an amazing trip, I think.
Dude, Norway. I don't know. I've never been, but all like that Nordic region. Like everyone's just so. I don't know, but like from what you see, everyone's just so attractive.
That's the primary thing I think people see. Yeah, I think their societies are a little bit different. People don't seem to be as lazy, and they seem to be more outdoor focused.
Yeah.
But here in Australia, we've got a reputation for being like slackers, and we've got the dole and stuff. But,
yeah.
Yeah.
We kind of got it good here, eh? You don't work for 13 weeks. You can just hit up Centrelink and live on the dole for, what is it, like $540 a fortnight or something?
Yeah.
I think it's something along those lines, right?
Yeah, that's probably all right. Yeah.
It's not bad. It's livable.
Yeah.
If you live in like a share house and paying minimal rent and minimal bills and stuff, you can live on the dole, dude.
Yeah. I couldn't do it if I was living here.
I don't think the dole's for me. I think that's number one.
Yeah.
I've done it.
You'd feel like you're really contributing. Yeah. I think for us, we're not that kind of person.
No, I feel like working Like, I like to work on things like we were talking about just before. Work on things that make you happy and for yourself, etc. When I have been on the dole and like, or Centrelink, whatever. The dole sounds so bummy.
It is a bummy thing. Yeah,
It's a bummy thing, the whole
yeah.
thing. But I have been on it like way in the past, and you just get anxiety and just want to do stuff and get out. It's not for me. And I don't think, not for me at all.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. Australia does get that reputation.
Yeah. And like in my mind, I think about people who are in Scandinavia, and I think that this is what I've heard through my brother. It's like they go hiking a lot. They've got cross country skiing.
They're always fit.
Yeah, fit people.
They're
usually.
all fit.
You won't see like someone in the Kmart car park that's obese, you know.
In Macca's, hanging outside of
Sitting on
Macca's,
the chair.
abusing people.
Yeah. That I can't think of people being like that.
Definitely. Well, my girlfriend's has a Finnish background,
Okay.
Finnish and Israeli, and yeah, she's fit.
Yeah. It's,
Hey Jude, she might be watching.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah. So we've got a couple of topics that we'd like to speak about in this first episode. Yeah. So recently in Australia we've had, I think it's Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, or Meghan Markle.
Yeah, how would you say it? Is it Megan? I think you hear Megan.
Meghan. Right, I think that's Meghan.
Meghan.
Meghan, yeah. So Meg.
Megan.
That's how I will say it.
Is that how America says it? The Americans?
Yeah.
Megan?
Yeah,
Do they say Megan as Megan always? Do they ever say Megan?
I think they do, yeah. I think it depends on the spelling.
Yeah, okay. Well, that makes
that's
sense.
What I'm going to run with. Yeah.
All right, I'll back you.
Anyway, so Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, they're here to open the Invictus Games, which is a game, or rather an event which is hosted or is to support wounded soldiers and on their journey into becoming part of society again, feeling fulfilled after they've been through horrific things overseas. It's to help them rehabilitate and feel included again.
Okay, is that what it is?
Yeah,
I genuinely had no idea.
I don't know a lot about it. I've never watched anything. Really, I haven't watched any of the events, but I think it's a really cool thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've spoken about this during the week. Whether we think that royals should maybe still hold their status as something that's admired. My thoughts on it. We're all kind of royals, right? Well, at least in the modern societies that we have.
Yeah.
So, in say a democracy now, technically there are no classes, and so there's no royal families. There's no really like serfs that are underneath the guidance of a lord or a baron, something like where they have to pay taxes. Like we still pay taxes, but not to a specific family or anything like that.
Yeah, well, out of your pay every week, a couple of $100, etc., X amount, whatever, is that like it's not going to them, surely?
No.
Right, it's going to our roads,
Yeah.
our healthcare, from what my brother tells me.
Yeah.
So it's not actually going to them. But on that, I don't think you're right. I think we're all royal, or we all should be equal. Every person from every country, from everywhere, should just it should just be like a flat. We're all good. We're all like everyone can get along, and just spread love, not just like they're coming to Australia because like it's a thing that they're coming. You know what I mean? It's a big thing that they're here.
Yeah, it's all over the news. Like on Triple J, whenever they arrived in Sydney, I think like Triple J kind of have a different opinion. So that Triple J is an Australian radio show, which is actually run by the ABC, which is the Australian Broadcasting, I think, Corporation.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a government-funded thing, but meant to be independent of the government. So they have separate opinions of the general media. So they're not under Rupert Murdoch or anything like that. So they can have different, they can say different things about the things that are happening currently. And so they are speaking a little bit about why are we maybe elevating this royal family. Say the presenters can say what they think.
Yeah.
And I think that it's a consensus that I feel is that most people don't respect the royals, or at least the people that listen to Triple J and present Triple J.
So that was on Triple J this week. They were talking about that.
Yeah, yeah.
I missed that.
They still spoke about the events. So they said like, oh, Prince Harry and Meghan are like going to their residence or whatever it is right now after they got off their flight. But they did kind of joke about it. And so there was a time when they were driving to their hotel and there was helicopters chasing them.
Okay.
Like, not chasing, but watching them.
Watching
the
over them.
and
Yeah.
like,
Snipers
them.
and stuff.
Kind of, probably. Yeah, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I don't really think that's a thing that occurs in Australia. Like, I don't think we have like armoured convoys which protect
For a certain family
yeah,
or something.
Yeah, because we don't have royals. That
You wouldn't do it over Scott Morrison, right?
No. But I bet there is like a secret service that look after
For Australia.
Yeah. Like, kind of like it is in America. Like they have special cars with like ultra thick doors.
People
and stuff.
dive in front of the bullets.
And I'm sure there's like undercover dudes everywhere. Yeah, but yeah. So there's this convoy driving along the road, crossing some bridge near the Sydney Harbour. And then this one TV presenter, which I think is like on one of the morning shows, I think it's Channel 7, he's like, because it's so boring, it's just a car driving down the road. And he's like trying to narrate, trying to say something so that the show isn't really boring. And he's like, oh yeah, I think that they'll take the exit up here off to the left, and then maybe after that they'll take a right, because I think that's the best
He's
way
commentating. He's what?
He's just speaking about traffic and like, oh yeah, they'll take this road. Like,
Oh, so they're going to go down William Street.
Yeah.
And you know what I like? Have you seen the South Park? Do you watch South Park?
no, not recently.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, on one of the South Park episodes, they've got the Canadian wedding.
Okay.
And they're royals, and I think they're taking the piss out of the royals, surely.
Right.
And they're like, here comes the princess now. She's walking down the aisle as per tradition. She is grabbing the pudding and rubbing on her face as per tradition. We've got the prince now ripping off her arm. He's shoving it up his ass right now, as per tradition. Everyone waits in. Oh no, it's fucking great. They just take the piss. I did a poor rendition of that.
They're kind of like respecting it because it's tradition. Maybe that's how they're describing the situation. Yeah, which is similar to how it is here. Like historically, we were under the rule of Britain.
Yeah.
So Australia was colonised by the British Empire. I don't know if it was still an empire when we were colonised, but when it was discovered, it was certainly an empire. And since then, we had our own federation, and so we set up our own government, but we still are kind of underneath Britain. So they still kind of have some authority over us. We're not a republic, we're not totally independent. So in 1901, we set up our own country and our own government, but we're still kind of tied to Britain. Yeah, and so we still...
We're all convicts, right?
Yeah, people keep saying that. Yeah, it sucks, because like, most of the population have emigrated here, or they've been born
Yeah.
Like, we have no really historical ties to...
Me, I'm not a convict.
Yeah, that's right.
I think way back in my family.
Do you think?
Yeah, surely.
Okay, yeah.
I think my dad's... Oh, his pop, so I guess my great pop was from Wales.
Okay.
I don't know necessarily if that
I think so.
correlates to being convicts. I don't know. I should really do the ancestry.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Ancestry. Yeah. And getting a DNA test.
A DNA test would be cool.
Mm.
What do they do? They take the saliva, right? They
I
take
think
your
it's a
swab.
saliva swab, yeah, for that specific test. Yeah, there's a couple of people that do it. I think it's like 23andMe.
23andMe, I've heard of that, yeah, definitely.
I don't know what 23 means. It might be 23 chromosomes. I'm not sure what it refers to.
No, me either. 23 generations back?
I don't know, because you can...
The number 23 with Jim Carrey?
Yeah. You can trace a long way with DNA, yeah. But it's strange that we have this kind of respect, or it's part of our society still, that we kind of think of the royals as something to be respected. what I said before is like we're all kind of royals. Is what I mean is we're all alive and we've all been born, and we only exist because our families have been successful. We've bred successfully since the beginning of our species, right? So we all deserve admiration for existing, yeah. And when our governments are no longer supported by, say, a monarchy, that now there's no reason to respect or elevate these royal families. Yeah, I think we're all just an even playing field. Maybe now we respect people based on their value, so how much money they have.
How much money they have or what they can bring, I guess. You know, it's kind of like why you work. You work to get, I guess, money, right? But you do a service for that person.
Yeah.
So, but it's like these people were just born, you know, in this land to these people, and they just get popped out, and they are famous, instantly famous, instantly rich. Yeah. I mean, they had no sex tape, or I don't know, you know what I mean? Like,
no reason to get that status in the first place.
Exactly.
Not by their own doing. No.
Exactly. You were just born into it because you were just born. Yeah. I was just born, but I'm not a royal.
No, my family's not royal.
I feel pretty royal. But I definitely agree. I don't even think that this should even be a thing. You know.
I think we should just give it up. Have you heard in the past there was a push for Australia to become a republic, to become an independent country?
I would like that.
Yeah,
I like that. I think we're so far away from everyone anyway. We're an island. Like, we should just be our own, you know. But it shouldn't be like we're our own and everyone can piss off, you know. It should be we welcome people, and you know, I feel like we do, right?
Yeah, we are relatively independent, and we have our own immigration policies and things, which not we, but our government has taken flack for in the past. Maybe deservedly so, like with Nauru, so like a little part of Papua New Guinea, where we have decided to move immigrants, refugees, effectively.
Okay.
Yeah, and keep them there for processing before we decide whether we take them on or.
Oh really? Oh, so like a Christmas Island.
Yeah,
like kind of like. Didn't they close Christmas Island just recently?
I believe Christmas Island's closed. Also, Nauru is being closed. Yeah, I'm not sure what the alternative is, but
I had a friend who worked as like a detainee. Not a detainee, but a detainee officer.
Yep.
And
hey, we've got a first comment. Actually.
Oh, dude, what's it say?
Nicholas Wolf. Hey guys, welcome to the show. Yeah.
What's up, man? How nice is that? That's a cool feeling. What's up, Nick?
Yeah. So he's worked as a detainee officer. Or something?
Yeah, he worked as a detainee officer, and he didn't go to Christmas Island, but his job could have, they could have sent him to Christmas Island, but he faced, people from everywhere, and they were in these cells. Do like 12-hour shifts a week. I mean, the money was ridiculous. That's why he did it. And he was just telling me all these crazy stories that they would grab him and they're like, let me out and like, let me into the country. And I don't know, just like, so when they closed it, I guess it was like, cause they got the last person off. Do you reckon they're just telling us that though? They closed it.
They closed Christmas Island. Yeah. Definitely this.
How do you close an island? Shut the door on the whole island.
I think they shifted a lot of them to Nauru.
Yeah.
And some of them they just sent back to their home countries, which, man, it's a complicated topic, that one.
Yeah. Because
there are wealthy people posing as refugees who are coming in through these methods because they can't, there's only a certain amount of people that we take through the main channels, as in people who want to emigrate and follow the correct path.
Okay.
The correct, yeah.
So as in like...
Because it's technically cheaper and maybe not easier, but definitely cheaper to come as a refugee than it is to come as an immigrant.
If you're rich, why are you going the cheap route?
Stay rich or something. Like
that. Well, I guess if you can't get in the legitimate way,
Yeah, there's only a certain amount of people per year that we take in as immigrants, yeah.
And I can only imagine their country, Papua New Guinea, or where I'm guessing where they're coming from is terrible. Right, it's a terrible place. That's why they're coming here, And I guess it's kind of any means necessary,
Yeah,
isn't it? Like
for a lot of
boats
them,
and yeah. Maybe just to get away from, I don't know what they're dealing with, I guess. And we're pretty free here. Like we got it pretty good, I think.
Yeah, man. Like you're saying, like people are grabbing him in these.
Yeah, dude.
Here we are. We're hosting a show, man. We've got the freedom to sit here, have great internet, like water to drink. Yeah, we can go wherever we like.
It's as big as my head.
These people are stuck. Yeah,
dude, yeah, like, yeah, we got it really good.
Yeah. So,
but I mean, we worked for this. It's not like we put in the.
We do now, yeah. Now that we're here and exist, yeah.
Yeah, we put in the effort for this. Yep. I think. But I'm sure, like, that's probably all they want to do. Like, I guess all the immigrant, maybe like the Italians and the Greeks back in the day, they literally came here, 60, 70 odd years ago. They came here and they worked. And then now you see, the best thing is you're seeing like an 80-year-old, like Italian couple, nice, and they're still together after all that time. And they're like, we got married and then we traveled and then we did this and we did this. And then we came over here and we worked our ass off. And like they tell you about their lives and their home, and like they've had a very good fulfilling life because they've worked for it. I don't know if that's necessarily what all people want to do when they come here. Maybe they want to come here for the free ride. I don't know. Maybe they get like government subsidies.
Might have heard about the doll.
Yeah, they might have heard about the doll, because I'm sure like in third world countries you probably struggling in a third world country to be even minimum wage. Do you know what I mean?
Get food, yeah.
To even get food, dude, somewhere.
Yeah. So I think we do have it good here. Yeah.
We got it great.
It's a desirable place to come to.
So it's funny because you see the contrast between royals and then these third world country people. What are you doing? You could save the world. I don't know how rich they are.
You've mentioned this in the past. Oh, I think they're really rich. In fact,
like billion? In the billions?
Sure. Probably. With the royal family in Britain, they actually receive funding from the government to maintain their property. So
Buckingham Palace. What was I going to say? Westminster Abbey and shit.
I don't know what Westminster Abbey. I think it's the Parliament.
I think you're right. Yeah, I don't know why I said that, but it sounds there.
Yeah. So part of their tax revenue is to maintain these privately owned buildings. So the Buckingham Palace. So
they get paid by the government.
Effectively, their own income, probably not profit, but
okay.
Yeah, they're getting their residents paid for.
Well, so they're obviously, well off but like they're all in the news. Harry and Meghan and stuff. Meghan, sorry. Yeah. They're over here now. They're probably getting paid for something. They're all in the media. They're probably getting paid to be here, right? Yeah, I wonder. Do you reckon?
I wonder. Probably in a manner, yeah.
In some sort of, I don't know. They're on TV
because they have this status. They got this celebrity thing. People help them out. They'll give them free stuff.
Yeah, I guess that's all you got to do. Be a royal, get free stuff.
Yeah, which is really strange. Yeah, because like an everyday person here, you've got to fight. Yeah, you have to work.
100%.
You don't get handouts aside from the dole. And now these days you have to justify why you're on the dole.
Exactly. It's a harder process to get the dole. Was the wedding like recent? Wasn't the wedding real recent?
Their wedding was a couple of months ago, but there was another wedding recently.
It was like a couple of weeks. Who was that?
Some other like further down the royal family bloodline.
Like a grandchild or something of the Queen or something.
And I think they
can we Google it?
They won't be considered princes or anything like that. I think that's the case.
They won't. They're not.
No.
But it's still a royal wedding.
They're like. Seventh in line or something like that to the throne. So
would you just take everyone out to be the king?
Yeah, that's happened in the past. Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you have all that money, you could pay everyone off. You could kill everyone, then pay all the people who know about it off, and you could be the king. And you could just delegate and just do whatever you want.
Yeah. So, I don't think we should. We should respect them as people, but not elevate them to this celebrity.
Because they're the same.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Do you think, I think Meghan's pregnant, right?
I think so.
Is she pregnant?
Yeah, this might be the thing that I've heard, yeah. so their child won't be a prince or a princess.
Their child.
Yeah.
Well, she's American.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's still the son of like Princess Di, right?
Yeah, yeah. So he's like a prince.
He's a prince. Is he classed as obviously Prince Harry.
Prince Harry. Yeah, but his child won't be.
Why is that?
I can't recall why.
Like a prince.
But I think he's just too far.
Prince
down.
Junior.
It's like the nephew of the current family.
So who's the king? Or is it king or is it duke? Is it duke?
We've got the Duke of Edinburgh, who might I can't remember the names of the royal family. Elizabeth and no, can't recall.
No, I don't know either.
Yeah, no. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like you're right though. We should respect them as human beings. But there's getting money for just being alive and being, squeezed out in a certain area and just being a part of a family. But then again, I guess that's the luck of the draw, right?
Yeah, it is.
In this world, it's the luck of the draw.
Everybody, comes out with like chance of being rich or not rich or.
True, because if you and I work our ass off until we're 50. And then we have a kid, let's say, at 50, I don't know. It's a while away. Oh, you and me?
Yeah.
Wow. You are looking into my eyes quite intently. But let's say we have a kid at 50 too. But we've worked our ass off and we're really, really rich. Then they get, like we have a kid, they become out really rich. Like I feel like I wouldn't treat my kid like I'd treat my kid like really well, obviously,
right.
But I wouldn't. I think I'd give him the values, him or her, the values that I was kind of brought up with as well. That like my mum brought me up and my dad.
Start wealthy,
I feel like that's cool. If you start wealthy, maybe you're a bit more arrogant. Like maybe some people. And if you start off in like the hardship and like poor, I grew up poor as, but it was good. And then we slowly got a little bit more money and stuff, and then things were getting better. But we'll definitely hear. We'll never hear and hear sometimes.
Yeah.
And then we were here.
Yeah.
And I think you grow up with a lot of values if you grow up like really poor. But I mean, that's not to take anything away from people that are like
no, that's right.
born wealthy at all.
Can be equally as good and have the same values. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's probably all I've got to say.
Oh, you got to say?
Yeah.
What about like? What's the other prince? Prince William?
Yeah, William's probably.
He'd be next in line.
I think he's
the balding one, right?
Yeah, he's married to the Queen, right? Oh,
no. William's married to Kate.
William. Oh, okay.
Kate, the Aussie, the Australian, isn't she?
Kate Middleton.
Kate Middleton, yeah, and she has like 3 kids. I think they've had 3 kids.
Yeah, a couple of kids at least. Yeah. I saw one of these aerial shots. Of, Harry.
Did you see his bald spot?
This is when he was climbing the Sydney Harbour Bridge with Scott Morrison, who's our Prime Minister currently.
Oh, so this was recently.
Watch out next week. We'll have another one. Probably, actually, there was an election.
You might vote. I might vote Kurtis.
Yeah.
I might vote.
Yeah, he was balding. Yeah, that was really evident.
Yeah.
So same as their father.
Oh wait, Harry's balding as well, the younger one, because he has the thick red hair, right?
On the front, but at the rear, he's got this little monk patch.
Is it really? Because you only ever see the front. That's that's all he wants to show you.
Yeah.
Just like does the candid.
Yeah.
Not the.
They have no privacy.
No privacy, man.
Yeah, which is interesting. Yeah, not something that I would like.
Their hedges are probably like,
Yeah. Privileges, but a lot of disadvantages to being famous.
Very true.
Too, yeah.
That's probably everyone though that gets famous, right? Like you hear people talk about it, and they're always like, "I'm eating food or feeding my daughter or something," and then people come up to them, "Can I get a photo? Can I get a signature? Can I get this? Can I get that?" You'd be like, "Just fuck off." Yeah, right.
It would get overwhelming at times. Okay, sweet.
Yo.
Yep, all good.
What are you checking?
Yeah, just seeing how long we've been going for.
Oh, hell.
Yeah, 50 minutes so far.
Oh, 50 minutes. Man, it's kind of flew by.
Yeah.
Got a little time warp in here.
Yep, and currently we have 5 people listening, so thank you. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
5 people, man. Would have been happy with
Just one.
one.
And we've got that. Yeah.
So
thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So something else we're going to talk about.
Talk about sleep. I think we were going to talk about because
the importance of sleep.
Important.
Yeah. So adequate sleep, REM sleep, whether we should sleep before we work.
Yeah. So alright, just on that, how'd you sleep last night? Just random.
Yeah, I would say quite good. So I guess before I slept, I wasn't under the influence of anything, didn't drink any alcohol or anything like that.
Yeah.
So my sleep should be normal.
Yeah.
And reasonably good. Yeah.
Do you get like a regulated sleep? Do you get an 8 hours every night?
No.
Or how would you?
No. I would say an average would be like 6 hours. Yeah.
Dude, it's funny because for some reason, I remember like 2 years ago, they were saying 8 hours sleep, you need 8 hours sleep. And then it was like, this was in like Australian, like on the news and stuff. And then they're like, oh, it's only 6 hours now. How did it go down 2 hours? And that's not right anyway. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've heard something like that. Yeah. I'm not sure how it's governed or determined. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's between 7 and 9 hours sleep. So between there to get adequate, REM sleep, REM sleep, in your deepest.
So the cycle that we go through takes about 90 minutes. And so the amount of time that you must sleep for should be, hey, we've got a few viewers. What do we got to say? Time warp. And we've got another one says, lol. I'm staying up to watch this. Okay, awesome. Yeah, thanks for doing that. Yeah, Nick.
Cheers.
Yeah.
That's nice as.
Yeah. So with
we dropped off, but
we're down to 3. But that's okay.
They hate us. It's because we mentioned them.
So with REM cycles, they go for 90 minutes. So the amount of time you must sleep for must be hour and a half, 3 hours, 4.5, 6 hours, 7.5 hours, 9 hours.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
If you wake up outside of those that period, you might wake up during not an REM period where it's most beneficial to wake up. You might wake up and you feel like you're really tired and exhausted. That's the reason for that. Yeah.
Okay. So you're waking up. So what was it? An hour and 90 minutes. Every single 90 minutes.
Yeah.
So if
generally, that's a full cycle. So full rest cycle.
Okay, so you're meant to wait, if you wake up 45 minutes in, so you have a 45-minute sleep and like a nap in the afternoon.
Yeah, you might feel bad if it's only 45. So
you do though,
maybe,
don't you?
Actually asleep. Yeah.
If I set my alarm from like 3 to 4 and I fall asleep around that time, wake up at 4, I am pretty, I'm pretty wrecked.
Yeah. I think, maybe that's some advice to take in the future. Give it a try. Try and sleep for an hour and a half at a time or in periods of an hour and a half. See whether you feel bad. But it's also difficult to say definitely sleep for an hour and a half.
Exactly.
It might take a while to fall asleep.
I feel like sometimes because patchy sleep, like sleeping from, let's say 12 till, let's say like 1 till like 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. when you have to get up. It's not long at all, like 4 hours, but sometimes that happens. Probably more often than not, really, because there's just too much to do in the day, I think.
Yeah.
Or just too much you want to stay awake for. Yeah. And then maybe going to work or doing something and then sleeping, for a couple of hours in the afternoon, patchy, like you feel terrible. Unless you, like, if you get a full 8 hours sleep at night, or 9 hours, whatever. I think that like it's much better than pattern sleep.
Yeah.
But if you like sometimes, do you ever feel that if you get like 10 or 11 or to even 12,
that you wake up with headaches?
You wake up headaches and you like that sleep in your eyes and shit. Yeah.
I think it's
crusty
because your body is still digesting things, and you're like consuming whatever's in your intestines. You're processing all this water that you've consumed, and you're running low. Like probably your water levels in your brain are down and you need to wake up, drink some more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the reason for it. That's the problem with oversleeping.
Have you heard of sleep paralysis?
No.
One of my friends has sleep paralysis. And it's like you're awake, you're conscious, but in like a sleeping state kind of thing. And From what I remember he told me he woke up. So you're paralyzed when you wake up for maybe a few seconds or a few minutes. Someone was I remember Googling someone was paralyzed for like 12 hours, but they were awake.
They just couldn't move their body.
Yeah, and it was sleep paralysis. And he woke up and he was like, all these shadows are coming at me. And he's like, he's scared. Like, he's really, because it's like a dream, I guess. But you're awake and you can open your eyes, but you can't talk. So, and he was telling me like how scary it was. And yeah, this shadow was coming at him. And he just couldn't wake it up. But like now he knows when it's happening because he's had it for maybe like 10 years almost.
Right.
And now he knows when it's gonna, like, he wake up and he's like, he can't move. Well, I'm moving, but I'm guessing like he can't move, but he knows he's in it. So anything scary that's coming at him, he's like, all right, it's just fake, it's okay. But from what he tells me, he's always like trying to just break out of it. Like he's just mental mindset, just get me out of it, and then breaks out of it. But yeah, dude, I think that's one of my worst nightmares.
Yeah, when I had my surgery, I haven't told anyone, I guess, in the official podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been through some health problems historically. Had a brain tumor. We'll go into more detail on this in a future episode, but after the surgery, I went through a bit of paralysis.
Did you really?
On the half of my body, yeah. Because generally, one half of your brain is responsible for the functions of one half of your body. Yeah, and so they operated on one half of my brain, or they affected it, and then this other half was paralyzed for a little bit.
Really? So
which sucked. Yeah.
Kind of like a stroke, right? And then your left side of your body just goes.
Yeah,
like,
you lose control of it. Yeah, and I imagine it's similar to feeling like you're locked in.
How was it? How'd you feel? Like
scared. Yeah, because there was warnings before the surgery that it may be a permanent problem. Like paralysis could happen. Yeah.
It's the worst, because you got to sign that.
Yeah,
you got to sign that certificate.
They have to tell you the worst outcome. Yeah,
this could happen. You could wake up after brain surgery, and you could lose feeling of one side of your body. You could never use that again, or and you got to sign. Yep, because I want this surgery because it's going to help you in other areas. Yeah, but how's the outcome?
Yeah, good. Yeah. So I'm
no more
healthy now, and it wasn't a permanent thing.
Yeah.
There was a few issues straight away after the surgery, but they resolved. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm definitely I'm keen to go more in depth in maybe the next episode if we want.
We can talk about that next. Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, should be good. Yeah. So, what do you think about sleep? Do you get enough every night? Do you wake up feeling bad some days, or?
I feel like I'm, I don't know, in the past year I'm addicted to coffee. Right. I don't know how I just got into it. Yep. I think the job that we work.
Yeah, it kind of is necessary. Like, with the poor time management skills that I currently possess, wake up in the morning, sometimes I'll rock up and, like, I'll just go straight to Macca's on the way to work and grab a coffee and some hash browns. That's how I get started.
Yeah, and then, so the coffee is cool because it'll perk you up. But for a few hours, and then you crash, and then I don't get that either because it's a drug, right?
Yeah.
And then you need, you'll have another coffee, but sometimes I'll have like a coffee at like 5 or 6, probably a stupid idea, and then get a poor sleep and go to sleep at like 11:30, 12, and get up at like 4:35, and not feel the greatest. So I think that's my biggest downfall at the moment is the coffee. But on the weekends, I feel like I get adequate sleep. But it's during the week because I'm not, I guess, because you have to wait, like for us, got to wake up super early. In my ideal world, I wouldn't be waking up at 4:30 every single day. Yeah. Not like I like to get things done, but I wouldn't want to wake up 4:30 every single day. I'll probably wake up at like 7, like a regular time, hit the gym, do my things. Like, I like to get everything done before 12.
Right. Yeah.
And then I feel like my day can really start. But with sleep, I don't know. Because I've gone through, definitely if you're drinking, I mean, you always feel like shit the next day. I guess that's a price you pay like going in.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah, everything has its, like taxes. Like everything costs you something. all the ups that you have.
There's a downside to it. There's a down to it.
Well, most things, but won't speak about them.
Yeah, no, I agree. But my sleep hasn't been too bad, and I've been feeling really good. I think getting a little bit older, not that I'm old or anything, but like getting a little bit older. 26. Getting a little bit older is, and you say you have poor time management skills. I definitely do, but I feel like they're all getting better. And I'm making the right choices instead of going out or doing this. I might stay in and do this. Do you know what I mean? So it's getting better. I think. I don't know. I think like this morning, like last night, I went to bed at about 1. Playing Mario Party, but like look at that, like looking at a screen and stuff isn't helping, I guess.
There's some studies about the blue light affecting your natural circadian rhythm.
Okay, is that like the LED light behind
LED behind a monitor or something? Yeah.
Okay.
Affects the way that your eyes work and.
What did you call it? Sorry.
It's circadian rhythm.
Circadian rhythm.
Yeah, so
okay.
a natural cycle that you go through every day. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when you feel like you should sleep and when you feel like you should wake up.
Okay.
It will alter that and say maybe if we're looking at screens all the time.
Yep.
Our brains will say it's still daylight. Why do you need to go to sleep? And you'll feel restless at the end of the day.
That's why I guess.
Can't go to bed. Yeah.
That's why I guess people in like Alaska, where it's daylight for like 6 months, night for 6 months virtually.